Good morning, Mr. Foley.
Good morning, Judge.
Are you doing all
I
right?
hope I have you on mute. Here we go.
You got me on mute.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's a new twist for the courtroom, huh?
At least you don't have your cat filter on.
Well, I can, if I'd have been smart enough, I was going to try and locate one and put it on just to start the day off right for you, Judge. But just as he wasn't smart enough to turn it off, I'm not smart enough to turn it on. So
I'm hoping the Office of Court Administration starts giving out the Zoom Catastrophe Award in honor of Roy Ferguson.
nice.
Loved it.
But I may have some dogs in my picture today. I'm actually out of the house, so I'm not sure. I've not tried this before. We'll see.
Oh, I love the background. It's a pretty place.
We've added the problem is we're actually in quarantine. One of my kids got a little bit of the COVID going around. So we're stuck at the house.
Sorry.
She's doing really good. I mean, that part's okay. But our house is, we added this game room on and we're remodeling the rest of the house right now. So there's like 0 places in my house that I can go to that aren't just a mess.
Oh, well, anytime you need to reschedule anything, you're good with me.
Oh no, we wanted to go and do it. It was just a matter of where.
Well, if it happens, you can always do that.
Oh, I appreciate that, Ben.
I'm trying to keep the number of faces on the screen down, so I'm only letting in people for their hearings unless you want it.
Okay.
You want to let everybody in? Is it kind of more celebratory, or what do you think?
I think it's easier with the small select group.
Okay.
They get their family and friends in, and I think that's easier than if we do the big group, just because it's harder to see the screen for the ones that are there for that particular one.
All right, I've got 065 set first, but I don't have any names. I've been having computer problems, so.
And
I'm on a ladder.
I normally call I talk to mine usually the day ahead of time just to go through our final stuff. And there were 3 of them that I never could get hold of yesterday, so hopefully it'll go okay. But that's one of them. But Mondragon is their last name, M-O-N-D.
They're there. Crystal Mondragon. Who else?
Yeah, so it's Crystal and Marcus on that one. John Bolster was the attorney at line, but I'm not aware of any of them showing up on it. And we can ask if they have anybody coming in for them.
And was Courtney the?
There's Mr. Bolster right there.
Yeah, who's your CPS rep?
Judge, it's not on my notes. Give me 1 second. I can tell you.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just let Courtney Bethany in and see if that's her.
Okay.
And Shauna Hill's on there too, so I'll go let her.
I think somebody's got us on.
I haven't muted the microphones. They've got some feedback going on. There's a lot of people. That's better.
Judge, it's not on my notes. Give me 1 second. I can tell you.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just somebody's doing YouTube.
Okay.
So does somebody have YouTube on?
On a different device, maybe?
Yeah, we can hear the YouTube. So if you can put it on another device or mute it or move it to another room or something. And it tracks about 2 seconds behind us. So it's really strange.
I don't hear it anymore, so that's good.
And this is a court proceeding, so I am going to have to ask you to remove your caps. It's official. All right, the court will first call cause number E20065AD. And Mr. Foley, we are recording on YouTube and to the cloud. But any other recordings, well, I guess for the adoption, the family can record. So we will give permission for that. Your announcement?
Your Honor, I'm here with the Mondragon family and their request to adopt the Liliana and Kesley, who are, I believe, the ones sitting in their laps here today. And just switch there. And Judge, with that, I'll be calling both of them as witnesses today.
All right, and Mr. Bolster, do you have an announcement?
Yes, I'm John Bolster. I was appointed as the ad litem for the 2 little girls in the underlying CPS case out of Gregg County, Texas.
All right, thank you, sir, and I appreciate your participation in this hearing. And could I ask Mr. and Miss Mondragon, if you could raise your right hands, please? And this is a test. If you drop a child while you're taking the oath, it's not good. So each of you swear and affirm that the testimony you would give in the cause before the court would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, that passed. Mr. Foley, you're good to go.
They didn't drop a kid, so that's a good sign, Judge.
Didn't drop one. That's good.
Judge, and I just got a text message. I think Kimberly Rhodes is in the waiting room for this one.
Well, I have AA, iPad, Victoria, and Ward. Missy Ward is, it's probably the iPad or the AA. I don't know. I will let them in. That's another family, I think.
This is us.
Yeah, there's a couple of the families
Hi.
right there.
Do you see who you need?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
Marcus and Crystal, do you have anybody else that's trying to dial in to watch this today?
Yeah, we've started another hearing, so if y'all will be patient, we'll be right with you. All right, Mr. Foley, you were going to talk to Mr. Mondragon.
Yeah, sorry, Your Honor. Got off
That's
there
all
a little bit. All right. And Judge, before I do call my first witness, I would ask you to take judicial notice of the file to include the necessary required pleadings, specifically the affidavit regarding interstate compact on placement of children, the health, social, education, genetic history report, the adoption readiness report, the criminal history that's on file for both of my clients, the waiver and the consent by the department as the managing conservator, the waiver by Mr. Bolster, who's also with us in person today, and his consent, and also the underlying suit of termination out of Gregg County.
And I have had a chance to review those by our wonderful technology, so the court will take judicial notice. All of the items are in order.
All right. And Judge, with that, I will, I'll call Mr. Mondragon as my first witness today.
All right, you may proceed.
All right, sir, would you state your name for the court?
Marcus Mondragon.
All right, and I'm sorry I've been saying that on Mr. Mondragon. Would you, are you and your family join us from your home there in Odessa today?
Yes, sir.
All right. And y'all are here today asking this court to allow you to adopt Liliana Hope Wood and Kesley Faith Rodriguez. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And as to Liliana, y'all are calling her Alani. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And as to Alani, she was born June 20th, 2017 over in Tarrant County, Texas.
Yes, sir.
And Kesley, who y'all are calling Mia, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
She was born May 4th, 2018 in Cook County, Texas, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, can you tell us how long these girls have been living in your home?
11 months.
Okay. And so based on almost a full year of times they've been with you, do you believe that allowing this adoption to go forward would be the best thing for both of them?
Yes, sir, I do.
And would you tell the judge why you think this is what's best?
Because they complete us, and hold on.
You're good.
I want to be there for them every day. I know I didn't see the first step, but I want to be there for every rest of them. And I want to be there to guide them and help them in life.
I think that's well put, and I think sometimes our emotions speak louder than our words. So, and I think you've more than answered my next question, but just to be clear, you're willing to take all the responsibilities and duties of a parent for these girls just so they've been born to your family. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're asking for the names to be changed today. So Liliana will become Alani Love Mondragon, and Kesley will become Mia Sky Mondragon. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Judge, with that, I'll pass this witness. I'll call Ms.
Mr.
Mondragon.
Foster, do you have any questions?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I just asked, in the 11 months that the girls have been with you, do you feel that they've bonded with you and that you've bonded with them?
Yes, sir, I do.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you. Your next witness, Mr. Foley.
Thank you, Judge. I'll call Ms. Mondragon.
Ms.
Ma'am.
Mondragon, you've been sworn in.
Ma'am, would you state your name for the court?
Crystal L. Mondragon.
All right. And ma'am, did you hear your husband's testimony today?
Yes, I did.
Are you in agreement with that testimony?
Yes, sir.
Do you also agree that allowing your family to adopt these young ladies would be the best thing for them?
Yes, sir. They complete us, and we feel very blessed that we're allowed to do this, and they gave us a lot of hope for the future.
All right. And would you also introduce us to the other people in the room?
Yes, this is my son, Jaden Mondragon, and this is our nephew, Isaac Mondragon. He's just a big part of their lives, so he has to be on.
Hey, that's excellent. You need all the support you can get. That's always good. So, all right. And you also, Crystal, will take on all those same duties and responsibilities of a parent for these young ladies, just so they've been born to you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Judge, with that, I will pass this witness.
Mr. Belster, do you have any questions for this witness?
I just asked the same question of Ms. Mondragon. In the 11 months, do you feel that there has been a bond between the girls and yourself has formed?
Yes, sir. They've completely bonded with us. They came in not really wanting to talk to people, not really wanting to interact, and they've blossomed into these beautiful little girls with personalities that you wouldn't imagine. So they've completely bonded with us, our family, our friends. They're doing amazing.
That was going to be my next question. You also feel that there's a sibling bond that is developed between your son and these two girls?
Oh, yes. Very, very strong one.
Okay, great. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Belster. Mr. Foley, your next witness.
Judge, you do not have any further witnesses or evidence to present. I ask you to grant the adoption and the name change.
Well, if I were to do it by looks, I would say this looks like a wonderful, happy family. And but unfortunately, the law requires that I use evidence. So I am going to find by the evidence that it is in the best interest of these two girls that they be adopted. So I am granting the adoption. That order will be signed today and processed and sent to Mr. Foley. Mr. Belster, are there any additional orders that you see or any issues that the court needs to address?
No, Your Honor, I just would certainly join in recommending that the adoption be granted. It is in the best interest of these children to be adopted by the Mondragons, and it's always a joy to be part of these adoption processes, and this is certainly no exception.
And Mr. Belster, in your opinion, do the Mondragons understand the gravity that they are taking on, that this is just as if these two girls were born?
I believe that they do, Your Honor. Absolutely.
That is wonderful. So I am happy to grant the adoption, and I will grant the name changes as requested. Mr. Foley has put those in the order, and so as of today, congratulations, they are yours. Your adoption is final. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you all. That'd be great.
And so now we have an adoption party.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr.
Congratulations.
For your help.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Mondragon, we're going to move on to our next court case, so you can stay on and watch, or y'all are free to leave, whatever you need to do. The YouTube video will stay up if you want to show it to any of your family or friends.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I may be excused, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Bolster. I appreciate your participation. The next case we'll take up is E21004AD.
All right, Your Honor, that is Mr. and Miss Connolly.
And do we have them with us, Mr. and Miss
I'm
Connolly?
looking on here. Oh, there they are waving at us,
Hi.
Judge.
Hi, how are y'all this morning? You will have to unmute And
Can you hear
Mr.
us?
Oh,
Can you hear us?
Yeah, Mr. Foley, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, I will be, we'll call in Miss Conley as witnesses today, and we're ready to proceed with their petition for adoption.
And sir, this is a court proceeding. This is like a courtroom, so I will have to ask you to remove your hat. Thank you. And would both of you raise your right hands, please? Do you swear and affirm that any testimony you give in the cause before the court would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Foley?
Thank you, Your Honor. Before I call my first witness, I would ask that you take judicial notice of the file, Your Honor, to include all the necessary required pleadings, specifically the affidavit regarding interstate compact on placement of children, the adoption readiness report, the criminal history of both of my clients, the waiver and consent by the department as managing conservator, and I do believe we have Ms. Ward with us also on that in that role. We also have a waiver on file by the attorney ad litem and also the guardian ad litems. And then, of course, the underlying suit determination out of Pecos County. And do ask that you'll notice that the health HSEG was waived in this case, or the health social report was waived due to the familial relationship.
Due to the what?
Familial relationship. They're
Yes.
uncle.
I thought for a minute you said tumultuous. I was going to say, now that sounds strange. Due to the familial. All right. And I have had a chance to review the records by virtue of our equipment, and everything is in order as your attorney has specified. I will take judicial notice of those items. You may call your first witness.
Thank you. I'll call Ms. Connolly.
Hello.
Good morning, Ms. Connolly. Would you state your name for the court?
My name is Rebecca Ochoa Connolly.
All right. And Ms. Connolly, are you and your family joining us from your home there in Odessa?
Yes, we are.
All right. And y'all are here today asking the court to let up the two young ladies that are on the screen with you. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And would you introduce us to your family?
Yes. This is Ava. This is Jasmine, and this is my husband, James.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Say good morning. Good morning.
Now, as to identify Jasmine, she is Jasmine Madison Alvarado. She was born June 20th, 2011 in Midland County. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And as to Ava, she was born March 20th, 2013 in Ector County.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And you're here today asking this court to make you mom and dad, but you're currently aunt and uncle. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Now, in addition to being aunt and uncle, how long have these two young ladies been living with y'all?
We have had them since May of 2019.
Okay. So getting close to 2 years at this time.
Yes, close to 2 years. Yes, sir.
So based on that time frame, do you believe that allowing these young ladies to be adopted into your family would be the best thing for them?
Yes, we do. We feel that we all have grown to love each other and to provide for them. They've become like one of our own. We love them, and we just can't see ourselves without them now. They've been with us a long time, and we share laugh and love here in the home. So we really do. And I mean, prior to that, we always enjoyed them being in our home, and now it's been different. So.
Okay. And you understand that should the court grant this adoption, you're taking on all the responsibilities and duties of a parent for them, just as they had been born to you.
Yes, we do. We understand that clearly.
Okay. And you are asking for basically just to add the name Connolly to their last name. So Jasmine
Yes.
will be Jasmine Madison Alvarado Connolly.
Yes.
And Ava will be Ava Jane Alvarado Connolly.
Yes.
Okay. Judge, with that, I'll pass this witness.
Your next witness,
I'll call Mr. Connolly.
you may proceed.
Thank you. Sir, would you state your name for the court?
James Joseph Connolly.
And Mr. Connolly, were you able to hear your wife's testimony today?
Yes, sir.
Are you in agreement with that testimony?
Yes, sir. 100%.
Smart man. Do you also believe that this adoption would be in the best interest of both these young ladies?
Absolutely.
And why do you think so?
I believe that we give them a good environment to thrive in, with the right mix of of love and discipline and our religious beliefs.
All right. And as I asked your wife earlier, you understand that should the court grant this adoption, you're taking all the responsibilities and duties of a parent for them, just as they've been born to your family. Is that okay with you?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay. And Judge, with that, I'll pass this witness. I do not have any further evidence or witnesses to present. I would ask that you grant the adoption and the name changes. Obviously, we have other people on it that can speak to best interest if you want anything further on that end, Judge.
Well, there are two beautiful girls sitting right in the front. I wonder how they feel about all this. Do you understand what we're doing today?
Yes.
Well, do you think those two people behind you know what we're doing today?
Yes.
Your mom and dad?
Mm-hmm.
Do they usually make pretty good decisions?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you like living with them?
Yes.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I think for the past year and a half that they've probably been taking pretty good care of you and doing stuff for you. And so today, you see my robe? I'm not a choir director. I'm a judge. And so today I'm going to sign some papers that says the law recognizes that you are their children. What do you think about that?
I like it.
You like it? That's a good idea.
Yes.
Okay, well, based on that, Mr. Foley, I am going to find that it is in the children's best interest and all the legal requirements have been met. And today I'm going to sign those papers. And as of today, your last name will be Conley. I like that last name.
Yeah.
And so I am going to grant adoption and I hope y'all have a big adoption party. Congratulations.
Yes, we will. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Hi, girls.
Hey, bye.
Bye.
Congratulations,
Bye,
guys. Thank you all.
girl.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
This is
Thank
one of the
you.
best things I get to do. So I thank y'all very much. It's my
Yes,
pleasure.
thank you.
Thank
And
you,
y'all are
Judge.
welcome. The YouTube video will be up if you need to show it to family or friends. It's CPC West Texas. And you're welcome to stay or you may exit the Zoom room as you wish.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, Mr. Foley, I have cause number E21003 AD.
That is the Arona family, and I believe that is them on the, well, on my top right. I don't know where they're on your screen, Judge, but.
They are on my top right. We did good. All right.
All
How
right.
would you like to proceed?
Well, let's see if can y'all hear us okay over there?
Yes, we can.
All right. And it looks like we have Miss Bethany with us. I think we're ready, Your Honor.
She is with us.
And Judge, with that, I would be calling both Mr. and Ms. Arona as my witnesses today, as they be sworn in.
And I will give them the same test I give all the parents while I'm swearing you in. If you don't drop the child, then you pass the test. So raise your right hands for me. This is going to be tricky. Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you give in the cause before the court would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Yay, they did it. All right, Mrs. Foley.
I don't know if I need to present evidence, Judge. They've already passed the test, so I think we should.
What else can you say?
All right, Judge, I would, prior to calling my first witness, ask you again, take judicial notice of the file to include all the necessary required pleadings, specifically the affidavit regarding interstate compacts on placement of children, the adoption readiness report, the criminal history of both my clients, the waiver and consent by the department as a managing conservator, the waiver by Mr. Holmes as the attorney and guardian ad litem, and of course the underlying suit determination there out of Vector County. And again, this is a not a tumultuous but a familial relationship. So I would ask that acknowledge that we have the waiver of the health social report.
Sometimes they're the same, but I think in this case we can find the waiver was well taken, and I have had a chance to look at the documentation. It is as Mr. Foley has described, and it does meet with the requirements of the law. So I will take judicial notice. Who'll be your first witness?
Thank you, Judge. All right, Mr. and Ms. Rona, who'd like to go first today? Oh, just sold them out. Wow. All right. Sir, would you state your name for the court?
Bobby Darrell Orona.
Mr. Rona, and are you and your wife joining us from your home there in Odessa?
Yes, sir, we are.
Okay. And would you introduce us to your family?
Well, this is my wife, Victoria Orona, and Catalea here in the middle. Say hi, say good morning.
You're still sleepy.
I think she thought we started too early. All right. And since Catalea is there in the center, she's the star of the show today, and y'all are asking this court to allow you to adopt her today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And she was born on December 29th, 2018, right there in Ector County.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And according to my records, she came to live with y'all almost immediately. Is that right?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So since she's been with you her whole life, and I know y'all have known her as an aunt and uncle, but you're asking this court today to make you mom and dad. Is that right?
Yes, sir, we do.
Well, that's the best thing for her.
We would have wished she would have stayed with her family, but with her biological parents, but unfortunately that wasn't possible. So we feel we're the next best thing for her.
And y'all think you can step up and take over that role of mom and dad for her now?
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right. And you believe that given the scenario she's gone through, this will be what's best for her to be with y'all now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And y'all can take care of her and love on her and give her a good life. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, many years to come.
All right. And you also want to take on all the responsibilities and duties of a parent for her, just as she's been born to you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're asking for her last name to be changed, that she become Catalea Valeria Orona.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Judge, I'll pass this witness.
Your next witness,
Call Miss Orona.
you may proceed.
Ma'am, would you state your name for the court?
And Orona.
Ma'am, did you hear your husband's testimony today?
Yes, I did.
Are you in agreement with that testimony?
Yes.
Okay. And do you also agree that allowing you to adopt Catalea into your home is the best thing for her?
It's the best thing for all of us.
All right.
Yes.
And why do you think so?
She is our third piece of our heart. I mean, she's ours. We had her since she walked through that door, and it's been nothing but joy. We don't know what our lives would be without her.
All right. And you're also willing to take on those same responsibilities and duties of a parent for her, just as she'd been born to you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Judge, with that, I will pass this witness. I do not have any further witnesses or evidence to present, and I do ask that you grant the adoption and the name change.
All right. Was that an objection? No. No. Okay, okay, that was okay. As long as she's okay. Well, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity and for all the hard work that you've done and will do in the future. But I can tell by your smiles that she's part of your family. So it is my joy to grant this adoption and the name change as requested. And so as of today, I'll get that paperwork signed and forwarded to Mr. Foley. And as of today, she is yours as if she was born to both of you, as if you were her biological parents. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Congrats.
You play peekaboo? Say no. You're crazy, Judge.
Tell them bye. Tell them thank you.
All right. The YouTube video. Bye. The YouTube video.
Thank you.
will be out
Congrats,
so
y'all.
You can watch herself on TV.
Thanks, Jody.
Thank you. Appreciate your help.
And y'all are
Bye.
welcome to exit the screen or stay on it. You wish.
Bye, Mama. Bye.
Bye.
All right, we have one more case on today's docket. That's cause number E20005AD. Mr. Foley?
Your Honor, yes, that's the Wright family, and I believe they were going to have to be with Miss Hill. They were having some computer issues earlier, I think.
Sit right
And Judge, just while we're waiting for you to get set up, I think we have two more still. I think we have this is 005 for the Wrights. We also have 008, which is the Mishler family.
All right, I did not have that one on my calendar, but if you've got all the stuff ready, we'll certainly take care of it.
It is completely ready to go, and I'm pretty sure they're ready to go too, Judge.
All right, so we can go ahead and take up 005.
Yes, no, they're here. I just while they were setting up, I just wanted to make sure we had that clear on there. So yeah, we've got the
Sure.
Wrights, I believe, right. They're beneath me on my screen. I'm not sure where they're at on yours, Judge.
They're right beneath me.
Perfect. They're showing up on Miss Hill's screen there. And Judge, that I'll be calling both Mr. and Ms. Wright as my witnesses today.
All right, can each of you raise your right hands, please? Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you give in the cause before the court would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
No, mira.
All right, did both of you answer yes? Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes.
all right. I'm sorry, I just wanted to make sure. Mr. Foley?
Thank you, Judge. And again, I would again ask you to take judicial notice of the file in this case, Your Honor, to include all the necessary required pleadings, specifically the affidavit regarding interstate compact on placement of children, the health, social, education, genetic history report, the adoption readiness report, the criminal history of both of my clients, the waiver and consent by the department as the managing conservator, the waiver and consent by Ms. Watson as the attorney and guardian ad litem in the case, and of course, the underlying suit determination from there in Ector County.
And all of those items are in order, just as Mr. Foley has listed them, so I will take judicial notice of those items. Your first witness.
And Judge, we got a built-in babysitter with Ms. Hill with us, so that's what
I was watching to see if she knew what she was doing. I think she's doing great.
I think it's pretty good. All right, with that, I'm gonna call Mr. Wright. Sir, would you state your name for the court?
My name is Mike Sam Wright Jr.
And Mr. Wright, I know y'all are at Ms. Hill's office today, but are y'all reside in Odessa, is that correct?
Sure.
All right. And today you're here asking this court to allow you to adopt your grandson, Jamie Loyalty Rodriguez Wright. Is that correct?
Jamie Lee Wright Jr.
That's the new name, correct?
Yeah.
All right, we're not quite there yet. So
Okay.
And as to Jamie, he was born on March 3rd of 2019 there in Ector County. Is that correct?
Sure.
Okay. And he has been living with you pretty much since he came home from the hospital. Is that right?
Sure. Since he was born.
Okay. And based on the fact of your relationship with him as his grandparents and on him being with you from day one, do you believe that allowing you to adopt him is what's best for him?
I believe so.
And can you tell the judge why you think so?
I believe so because he needs a stable home and somebody to be watching over him all the time. And like I said, he needs a stable home and some parents to watch over him. That's all I can say right now. I'm not a very good speaker.
You're doing just fine. And you understand that by the court allowing this adoption, you're going to take on all the responsibilities and duties of a parent for him, just as if he had been born to you.
Sure, I do.
Okay. And as you said earlier, you are asking for a name change to Jamie Lee Wright. Is that correct?
Jamie Lee Wright Jr. Correct.
Junior. Okay. Okay. All right. Judge, with that, we'll pass this witness.
All right, your next witness.
I'll call Ms. Wright. Ma'am, would you state your name for the court?
Sylvia Alanis Wright.
Yeah, Ms. Wright, did you hear your husband's testimony today? Are you in agreement with that testimony?
Yes.
And do you also believe that this adoption is the best thing for Jamie? Okay, I think we're kind of cutting in a little bit on my side, Judge. Ma'am, why do you think this is what's best for Jamie?
Well, like my husband said, he needs to stay at home, be with us, and I love him like he was my own.
I
I've
think
been with
that's-
him since day one. I struggle with him, so I'm the mama. Yeah,
You've done all the good and the hard work, right?
yes. Yes.
Okay.
We both did.
It takes both, that's for sure.
Yes,
All right. And you also will take on all those same responsibilities and duties of a parent for Jamie, just as if he had been born to you. Is that correct?
correct.
Okay. Judge, with that, I will pass this witness. I do not have any further witnesses or evidence to present. Just ask that you grant the adoption and the name change.
Jamie, can you hear me?
Look, look, look.
I'm on the computer. What do you think? Is this a good thing? Say yay.
Yes, Papa, yes,
You
yes.
want to let go of the bottle?
He does not want to talk to me. All right, everything as Mr. Foley has listed is in order, and I can tell by your testimony and that you love him and that this is a good place for him. It's my pleasure to grant this adoption, and I will sign it today and get the paperwork to Mr. Foley. Your video will be up on YouTube if you want to show it to any family members or let Jamie see it, see himself on TV. And I'm granting the name change as well. Thank you both for allowing me to participate in this. And he is today, he's yours as if he was born to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Congratulations.
Yay, Jamie.
Y'all have a good day. Thank y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Foley, you said we have one more that would be E, is it 21 or 2000?
E21-008AD.
All right, I will call that case. And if you're ready, you have to see.
I am ready, Your Honor. And this is the Mr. and Ms. Troy and Jennifer Mishler that are with us today in their petition for adoption. And I do ask that you'll swear in both Mr. and Ms. Mishler as my witnesses today.
Yes, would both of you raise your right hands? You can raise your right hand too.
But Anna, you can raise yours
Everybody
too.
raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you will give in the cause before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Yes. I do.
Excellent. All right, Mr. Foley?
Thank you, Judge. And Judge, I do ask that you take judicial notice of the file to include all the necessary required pleadings, specifically the affidavit regarding interstate compact, the health, social, education, genetic history report, the adoption readiness report, the criminal history of both of my clients, the waiver and consent by the department as magic conservator, the waiver by Ms. Hoffman as the attorney and guardian ad litem, and of course the underlying suit of termination there in Ector County.
And I have had a chance to review those items. They are in order and meet the legal requirements as Mr. Foley has listed. I will take judicial notice.
All right, thank you, Judge. Mr. and Ms. Mishler, which one of y'all decided y'all wanted to go first today?
I'll go first.
All right. Well, sir, since you're the brave one, would you state your name for the court?
My name is Troy Robert Mishler.
All right. And Mr. Mishler, you understand that since you're the last one of the day, we have to go a little longer and more intense on your case, correct?
Sure, let's go. Let's do it.
I think he's ready, Mr. Foley.
I think so.
he's scared.
All right. And are you and your family joining us from your home in San Antonio today?
Yes, sir.
All right. And would you introduce us to your family?
This is my daughter, Anna, and this is my wife, Jennifer Mishler.
All right. And
Her grandma's there.
And grandma's in the room too. You can't do it without grandma. That's good.
That's
So
right.
y'all today are here asking this court to allow you to adopt Anna Maria Piddle. Is that correct?
Yes.
And she was born August 12th, 2013 in Ector County.
Yes.
Okay. And how long has she been living with you and your family?
Since May
Of
2020.
Okay. So based on the time frame that she has been living with y'all, do you believe it is in her best interest that you be allowed to adopt her?
Absolutely.
All right. And why do you think so?
God orchestrated it, and we need her as much as she needs us. And we love her with all of our hearts.
All right. And I think that actually answers my next question. But just to be clear, you're willing to take all the responsibilities and duties of a parent for her just as she had been born to your family.
Yes.
Okay. And y'all are asking for a name change today to Anna Renee Mishler. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
You agree, Anna? That's good? All right. Judge, with that, I'll pass this witness and I'll call Miss Mishler.
All right, Mr. Foley, you may proceed.
Thank you. All right, ma'am, would you state your name for the court?
Jennifer Renee Mishler.
All right, Jennifer, did you hear your husband's testimony today?
I did.
All right, and for one time in his life, did he get it right?
He did.
Okay. And you're in agreement with this testimony today?
Yes, 100%.
And you also agree that allowing your family to adopt Anna would be the best thing for Anna, is that correct?
Absolutely.
And would you like to add anything as to why this is what's best for her?
She is a beautiful, smart, courageous young girl, and we are very blessed to have the opportunity to raise her into the same kind of woman.
All right. And you also are willing to take on the same responsibilities and duties of a parent for her, just as she'd been born to you?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, with that, I do not have any further witnesses. I do not have any further evidence to present. I ask you grant the adoption and the name change today.
Mr. Foley, it sounds to me like Mr. Mishler has to stay on his toes all the time. Anna, do you have anything that you'd like to add? Do you want to say anything? Is your dad as smart as your mom? Oh, don't talk to me. Okay, I don't want to put her on the spot. You know, she looks like she fits perfectly in your family. This is just must be ordained. Well, I am.
She looks just like her daddy. That's what she said.
And you're beautiful, and he's quite handsome, so that all works out.
Thank you.
Well, what a beautiful family. It's my pleasure to get to participate in your hearing today, and everything, all the evidence Mr. Foley has presented is in order and meets the requirements of the law. And so I will sign the order today granting the adoption and the name change. And Anna is officially your daughter as if she was born to you biologically. Congratulations, Anna.
Yay!
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll get that paperwork to you, Mr. Foley, and you can make sure it gets where it needs to be. And was there anything else that court needed to take care of today?
Judge, I think we're good. I appreciate the Mishlers and Miss Hill for all the work they do. And thank you, Judge, for letting us get in today. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, Anna.
You're on YouTube. All right. Y'all have a great day. Stay safe and COVID-free. Congratulations. And good luck. Good luck.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.